We're told from a young age, find what you love and find a way to do it. Not everyone manages to make that a reality, but for some students and the recent graduates with Liechty Farming and the Kenn Feld group in Archibald, Ohio, that's just an average day at the shop for these farm boys.
I grew up in the country. I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I worked for farmers since I was 9 or 10. Worked around my grandpa's place. I was basically in the cab of a tractor for 2 years. So.
My dad farms, his grandpa farms, and I'm about the 5th generation, so something I kind of wanted to do.
When I was 13, I started working for State Line Farms and there in Morenci, and kind of got stuck in the shop more than anything against my will, and I started to like it.
We farm up in Waldron, Michigan, and we just raise crops. Corn, mostly beans. You know, it differs from year to year. I got 2 other brothers and they're not really into it. I know my dad would like me to. He says I don't have to, but I know he really wants me to. So I'm about his only shot to keep it going.
Growing up, we had a 1,100 acre farm. Like everybody, '88 was a tough year for us. At that point, we had to decide if we were going to continue to farm or just find jobs. And so Dad and I decided we would just sell off the farm and start getting a weekly paycheck. I'll guarantee everybody in this building would like to farm for a living, but it just doesn't work out that way. So the next best thing is to work on the equipment.
Most of these hard-working young men can trace that effort and knowledge base to the time they spent taking classes at the LISD Tech Center.
Before I started doing 4-H and FFA and going to the Tech Center, I was very quiet. It's hard to believe for some people, but I was actually very quiet at one time. Being able to have that experience and go to school for a half a day with kids from all around the county, not just from the small town that I grew up in, it really helps to be able to make good connections within your community and outside of the community as well.
The VOTEC program definitely got me, with a great head start before I even went to school, and that made a huge difference.
This work program allows them to come into the dealership, learn what it's like. It gives them an opportunity to say, once they graduate, that's not really what I want to do, or they decide that is what they want to do. It really opens their eyes to what it's like, and then they can decide from there.
Well, I will say this, I went through Andy Stahl's night class program for 1 year, and then I did 2 years of his agricultural technologies class. Being able to work out in a land lab and being able to work on the machinery and be able to run the machinery, the old stuff and the new stuff, it really helps in being able to know exactly what you want to go into. Being able to have good teachers and good teachers' assistants is key to that as well.
All of these students have different stories from different parts of Lenawee County. Take Ivan Boyd, a student with unusual dedication.
He has that work ethic that we look for.
I started off the Tech Center as a freshman, and I really liked working in the ag and I liked working on machinery.
I had seen the application come in from Ivan, and I looked at it and saw he was from Blissfield, and I thought he was nuts. I mean, I don't know how many miles it is, but it's got to be 40 plus for him to come to work every day. I mean, Ivan came in, he sat down with me. I asked him several times, I said, are you really sure about this? Because this is a long ways for you to travel. And he goes, I want to work here so bad, I'll work here for free. He's not in it for the paycheck, he's in it for the career.
Another employee with career focus, both in farming and farming machinery, is Brett Moore, a family farmer since he was old enough to get out in the field.
With Brett, I knew his dad, but I didn't really know Brett that well. But knowing the family, I thought good chance he would turn out, and yeah, definitely seen the growth.
At the Tech Center, I was in residential construction, so I wasn't really into the farming program. But I'd go there and then I'd go home and work on the farm. I guess I figured working down here would give me a little more of the skills I need to, fix something at home.
Everyone that comes through the ranks at Liechty has the opportunity, if they have the right skill set, to further their knowledge at the Owens Community College John Deere Training Program. This is a unique and immersive way to learn.
Worked through VOTEC Center here to get my start, and then I went to Owens and graduated last year, and nothing but up since then.
As far as Owens Community College and the John Deere Tech program, that's been going on for quite a few years.
So it's 8 weeks on and 8 weeks off. The 8 weeks that I will be at Owens, I'll be actually learning and then I will come back here and be able to tie that in and be able to build upon that knowledge here and then go back and so on and so forth. And by the time I get out of that program, I'll be able to use everything that I've learned because I was able to apply that knowledge for those 8 weeks.
The Owens program is tough. I mean, there's a lot of technical classes. We really support the program. It's great. They come out of it, and if the student applies themselves, they're ready to hit the road running when they get out of it.
And when we were in class, we went hard. We went from 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night most of the time. So they give you a lot of information in a hurry. But as far as the equipment they give you, you know, they try to get the newest they can get in there for you to work on. They got tons of engines and transmissions to go through. Off campus, you know, we stay with the same 20 guys you go through all the class with. It's great camaraderie.
The students are able to go to class, then they're able to come back here and do what they just learned for 8 weeks. It's not just for a Friday, Saturday when they're going to school, because those are their available days. They're able to earn some money. You know, I mean, they go to school 8 weeks, they come back here and work, you know, 30, 40 hours and earn that money, and then they're able to pay for the next 8 weeks of class.
Well, they got me into some classes right now, a little more hydraulics and electrical. Back at the farm, they're not real big on knowing all the electrical and all the codes and everything like that, so that definitely helps. You know, it's free schooling too.
It's a dear program, but they get to give you so much more. They give you a welding certificate, you get your HVAC, you can take truck driving courses, you got your heavy duty electrical and fuel systems. You can't take that education away from you once you learn it. And it's inexpensive and doesn't take a lot of time.
That learning is part of what makes Liechty and the Kenn Feld group so successful. It allows the company to take students, regardless of their background, and turn them into strong workers. It is a team mentality that has been developed by finding people with the right personalities to meet client needs.
I know that sometimes you think that, well, in order for us to hire them, they have to have a farming background. That's not necessarily true. They have to have a desire to do their best at their job. They have to have that willingness to get their hands dirty. Not everybody has that anymore. It's actually pretty hard to find.
Liechty's a great place, great people. I like the area. It doesn't feel like work. I come in and I say hi to everybody, and it works out really well. I really enjoy it.
The guys that work here, they're great to work with. I don't have, you know, I get along with all of them. I mean, I've learned a lot. I mean, like I work with Rick back there, and he's taught me quite a bit, more than I'd have picked up on my own. You know, just little things here and there, you know, tricks you can do to, you know, make things easier on yourself.
I like that when I come in, I never know exactly what I'm going to be able to, or going to be doing. One day I might be helping one of the other technicians tear apart a combine. The next day I might be out on the road all day making pickups and deliveries. And I really like that aspect of not knowing exactly what I'm going to be doing when I come into work.
They gave me a job when I came back. I had a guaranteed job. They've never let me down on anything. You know, if I needed help or had a question, I'd come right to them, and they always treated me really great. And I love coming to work every day.